was that year like for you? I mean, you don't know for sure, but you probably have a good idea coming in that you're going to be the punter. But what was that year like for you?
For this year or for last year?
Yeah.
A lot of it was kind of like nervousness. Like, I know the portal's a bigger thing now. If you got a young guy and like in the spring, I would be lying if I said I did my best. So I was kind of worried that they bring in a guy, but I think the coaching staff here, like Coach Pollard, they put a lot of confidence in me to know like I'm the guy. So it kind of helped out like going into it. If you knew like you were kind of playing, I think it helped me like mentally to like not worry about so many things, but just worry about like how I do versus like how I do compared to someone else that they would possibly bring in. I think this year is kind of the same thing. Like Hank and I, we push each other a lot, and nothing's guaranteed. Like Hank and I are still competing pretty hard, but I think just knowing that these are our guys and like so I can focus on my own thing, I think helps a lot.
Does that help you a lot that you went through last year? I mean, you kind of know
I think so.
This level and just getting out there.
Last year was a lot of learning for me. I think I made a lot of mistakes last year. I had a decent, like I think I did okay, but I definitely learned a lot last year. Just kind of being thrown into the fire. Like I didn't really have any training wheels on. I kind of went right into it. So I think that kind of helped me out, like maturity as well, and just mentally, like knowing how to just be prepared for those things.
I think if I read it right, the last 3 games, 4 your last 9 punts were inside the 20-yard line, and something seemed to click when you were able to get some of that consistency in terms of getting deep teams deep.
I think last year, like later on in the season, like the rollout punts that I was doing, I think I got better and better at those. That's something that's like kind of new for me. Like I did them in high school, but it took me a little bit to kind of like get warmed up with that. But I think towards the end of the season, that definitely started to click more, and more opportunities to pin people deep as well. So that definitely helped.
Did you hold in high school at all, or is that?
I did not. I was the field goal kicker.
So how do you adjust to not only coming in and being the starting punter, but also having to learn a totally new role for you?
It was definitely interesting. Like, so for the All-American Bowl, I got to hold righty in January, but I'd never held lefty before, so I had to completely like learn that before spring ball. And Hank and Jack, they were not the most friendly to me last year. Like when I was learning how to do it, because I'd give them laces or I'd like put the ball down and miss the spot. So, but they kind of helped me out. I think just having reps at it, and Garrison and Dylan, they make my life a whole lot easier holding because they put the ball right here with laces, and all I do is put it down. So they do a good job.
With that in mind, how big is it to get a guy like Garrison?
It's huge. I think last year before he got hurt, he still was like one of our leaders, but he's like the glue of our group. Like he's the guy that we look like when times are like rougher, we look up to Garrison. So having him back will be huge for everybody.
I think Hankins was saying that you guys watch a lot of practice, and you guys how have you built camaraderie together, spending so much time together? What is the vibe like in that room when you're together?
We're like brothers pretty much. There's not a whole lot that doesn't get shared between us. Like last night we were at a dinner, and we're just always together, always having a good time. There's no like beef between any of us. Like we're just like pretty much the same people at this point. We're all really tight though. We're like brothers.
Does that help out when you're kind of all competing for such limited snaps? Like does that help you kind of get over that pretty quick?
Yeah, I think so. There's no like bad blood between us. I don't think like dudes don't hold it against somebody if they get more reps than them. Like it's all, I think everybody knows that it's all just the name of the game. But I think the relationships that we've built helps us on the field, like knowing that he's got our back, he's going to do his job so we can do ours, especially with like the snapper and the holder for me for the kickers. Like I think that weighs in a lot for us.
In spring, who do you think's been like the scariest return man? If you send one out, who are you most worried to take it back?
Oh, Jamal, I don't know if y'all have seen him run yet, but he's got some wheels. And Josh Cameron last year returning punts, he's like, I think he's already like in the top of the school like records for return yards. So honestly, all of them. We got like in the skill room, like there's some freaks on that. There's some freaks in there. So